When you think of the most memorable game shows of all time, what do you think of? Jeopardy? The Price is Right? Family Feud? Wheel of Fortune? Game shows have been around since the inception of the TV, and even have their roots on the radio, but sadly not all game shows were saved. Today, I will be going over 5 interesting pieces of game show lost media. Let's start with a game show from one of the most popular children's channels, Nickelodeon. Over the years, Nickelodeon has aired many memorable game shows, the most famous of them being Brain Surge and Legends of the Hidden Temple. But there is one that is almost completely lost. From July 5th, 2004 to October 1st, 2004, Nickelodeon aired 64 episodes of a game show called Splat, and only 2 episodes of this show have been found. The show was hosted by Raheem Johnson, and the show's premise was pretty simple. Contestants would be split into different teams based on colors, the green team, the yellow team, and the red team, and would have to complete goofy tasks to earn prizes. Over the course of the episode, the teams would receive points in a variety of ways, by completing challenges, having people at home go on the Nickelodeon website and complete a daily Splat challenge, and having people at Universal Studios complete challenges. The show also had its own page on the Nickelodeon website where people could look at the host bios, horoscopes, and enter giveaways. This was also the last show Nickelodeon taped at Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, Florida. Right now, there is no way to watch this show on any streaming services. I hope sometime in the future the rest of the series can be found.
Your chance to do some things with us, win some points for your team on Nick.com. More mess and the big splat right after this.
When you think of some of your favorite game show hosts, who do you think about? Bob Barker? Alex Trebek? Steve Harvey? Well, what if I told you that there is a lost game show that was hosted by Tucker Carlson?
I'm Tucker Carlson, and this is Do You Trust Me?
In 2007, CBS filmed a game show called Do You Trust Me? From the little footage we have, it seems that the show was a mix of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and Split or Steal. During the game, they would bring on different people who would give information about the person playing that would challenge the other contestants' trust of the other contestants.
But once some personal information is revealed,
Anton is a hustler.
Steve is a poker player.
will their trust remain intact?
The only footage we have of this show is from a demo reel on YouTube. 6 episodes were filmed but never released to the public. There is no reason given as to why the show was never released, but if I had to take a guess as to why, I believe it's because of how much the game show borrows from other game shows and that it's not that original, something that was also noted by the people in the comments of the demo reel. But what do you think? Do you think if this show was released it would have done well? I personally don't think it would have, but I do think it would be very interesting to see a game show hosted by Tucker Carlson, and I'm curious to see if this game show will ever see the light of day.
Find out on America's newest game of trust and betrayal. Do You Trust Me?
Now, let's talk about a game show that the audience at home could play live. Pizza Rollo is a French game show hosted by David Chevalier. It aired on TV around 1994. It was an interactive video game that children would call in to control. The actual game was about pizza delivery people who would deliver pizza and avoid obstacles on the way. At home, children would control the character with the buttons on their phone, but it was very difficult as there was an obvious delay between the call and the game. The footage you're seeing is from the actual game, and as you can see, the quality is not the best. As you can see, controlling this character would have been very hard. The concept of this show is very weird, and I don't think I've ever seen another game show like it. Controlling the character with the buttons on your phone is also a unique idea that I haven't seen anywhere else. The only thing we have of this show are a couple of clips. There are no full episodes to be found anywhere online, and the show is never put on any streaming services. I hope in the future we can see more from this very unique show.
Salut, à demain, bonsoir.
Now let's talk about a game show that probably has the most lost content ever. I'm talking about Password. Password was an ABC game show that ran from 1971 to 1975 and was hosted by Alan Ludden. And to give you an idea of how much content is lost from the series, hear this. From 1971 to 1975, 1,040 episodes were aired, and only 5 episodes have been found. I have never seen a TV show with so much lost content. But let's go over what the game show premise was. The show would feature one person and a celebrity, and the goal would be to get them to say a word that would be the password. They would only give clues, and if they guessed the word correctly, they would be given 5 points. The first team to get 25 points would go on to the lightning round and be able to earn more money. You are probably wondering how a popular ABC game show is almost completely lost. Well, according to abcpassword.heaven, the videotapes that they used to record the show were erased and used to film other shows like Family Feud or The Better Sex. But keep in mind that this is just a rumor and is not confirmed to be true, but it's also not unlikely to be true as this was a common practice among TV studios back then. I do think that more episodes of this show will be found in the future due to the vast amount of episodes that were made, but until then, this show is almost completely lost.
Mrs. Allen doesn't sing a password. They came from
Mrs. Elizabeth Abel in Springfield, Pennsylvania, who says,
"Life is like a tennis game. You can't win without serving."
The last game show I'll be talking about is called I'm with Stupid. This is a pilot for a game show that was never released. It was made in 2003 and hosted by Graham Norton. The game show premise is very similar to another game show called Pyramid, but with a twist. 2 contestants would be paired together, but one would be, quote, very intelligent and one would be very dumb, end quote. They would then have to answer questions that would test their intelligence. We only have 40 seconds of the game show pilot, with the rest of it being lost. I would assume that the game show wasn't picked up because of them calling a contestant dumb, but who knows. Based on its concept alone, I think this would have actually been a good game show. But what do you think? Do you think this game show should have been picked up? I hope you all enjoyed this video, as I had a lot of fun researching game shows for it. It would also mean a lot if you left a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, as it's completely free, but if not, that's fine too. But most importantly, I want to hear from you. Have you heard of any of these game shows? What other game shows do you know of that are lost? What lost media should I look into next? I hope you guys have an amazing day. See ya.